This is an introduction to plant wants. WANTS stands for water, air, nutrients, temperature, sunlight, space. If you watch this, we hope you will be confident in growing your own garden.
I'm so excited to
Dude,
plant
I'm
my
so pumped
spinach!
to plant these seeds. Oh
Can
my
I put my
god!
spinach next to your radishes?
Yeah,
Look, you're
what's your
right.
days to germination?
7 to 10 days.
Okay.
Woo!
Hi, my name is Jet. So first off, how can you grow your crops if you don't know when or how to plant them? In order to germinate, plants need a certain temperature and amount of water, nutrients, and especially sunlight. And for those of you who are wondering what germination is when a plant begins to sprout from the seed. If you look at the back of any seed packet, you will see a chart labeled days to harvest, which is how long after germination the plant is able to be harvested.
Some seeds you might need to start them in a pot like these. Others you can just drop them right into the ground.
Nice, I
Bird
did.
life.
Oh, I did.
What?
Tucking in your baby seeds.
If your seed packet says certified organic, this means the seed company went through a legal process to prove their seeds are organically grown, which means they didn't use harsh chemicals or cross-contaminate organic seeds with non-organic seeds.
Some plants need a warmer climate to actually start growing.
Since the temperature is very important, some plants you can start them indoors so you can get a jump start for them to grow.
When the plants start to sprout and the weather's right, you can just transplant them outside and then they'll grow into the wonderful spinach.
If you don't harden a plant off and you transplant it right away, the wind, the rain, and the sun can easily kill it. And you don't want your plant to die.
Hardening off is a process of exposing your plants to the outside weather gradually so your plant can get stronger and grow better. For maybe the first day you put it outside for 2 hours, but gradually you have to add an extra 2 hours every day or something, like in increments, and that's how the plant will get used to the outside weather.
What we're doing is transplanting. The purpose of transplanting is to put your plant in a better location. The really important thing to take into consideration is spacing between each plant. For spinach, I would say about 4 inches between each one. 4 inches, it's about 4 fingers. Here's 4 fingers. And as you see here, these spinach are not 4 inches apart. One is very small and the other 2 are big. This is what we don't want to have happen.
Okay, today we're transplanting the spinach starts into the stem of it. It's to go in this.
See how she's packing the dirt around the start? That helps support it and the roots. We're going to be talking about thinning.
Thinning is the process of taking out some of the plants in an area to make room for, another plant that needs the nutrients. Because if you had them all stuck in one space, then they would all be competing for nutrients, which would be bad because they would all probably just die or be unhealthy plants.
So today we're going to be thinning this bed of beets. They're too close together, so we're going to thin them by taking some of these plants out of the ground, like so. And we're doing that because they are more than 2 inches close, like these ones. Nuh-uh, that's not going to work. So I'm going to take this one out because it's closer to the other plants and it gives this one more room to grow around it.
And we're also going to take this one out because this one is like a centimeter from this one.
Wow. Doesn't that look better?
Yes, it does, Ella.
Thanks.
And we're going to take out this one because it's out in the front where it doesn't need to be. That is beautiful.
When me and Gori were first thinning, we felt like we were killing all the plants. That's really what you're supposed to do. Not all of them. Generally, a seed packet will tell you on the back how much space it needs. When we're thinning, we wanted them 2 fingers apart each.
So Ella, these are supposed to be at least 2 fingers apart, huh?
That's right, Gori.
I'm thinning out perfectly.
What if we don't thin them?
Well, then you'll have a lot of tiny radishes that no one will want.
And?
I want big radishes.
Well, how do I make them big?
Thinning. There we go.
Hi, I'm Marquitos. This right here is called a trellis. What I'm doing is I'm training the peas to climb up all the way here.
I'm Izzy, and I'm going to show you how to train peas. So, we want to take these and wrap them around, just like that. We don't want them to be growing on the ground because they'll get eaten by all the little insects. We just want the roots to get watered, keep them up for really good airflow.
So see like this, This is like what we're trying to avoid right here. Is like has water damage been eaten. So, you know, if you just like tie this up here, that just helps it get more air. It just helps the plant become healthier and stay strong.
My name is Gary Shaw.
I'm Ella.
And we're here to present to you soil's ability to absorb water.
This jar has sand in it.
This one is going to have clay loam in it, which is just pretty much clay soil. And then this last one here is going to have silt.
We're testing different soils' ability to contain water. H2O! Now, I'm going to pour the water into the sand first. That's silt. Now you can see the water leaking into the jars.
Now the sand does not absorb the water very well. Now the clay loam absorbs the water very well, almost too much. And the silt absorbs the water, but also it has the perfect balance.
It's
of non-absorbency.
just right.
The benefits of silt soil is that it can absorb water while releasing them down farther into the ground.
Here we have Grub's Growing Guide. Some seeds need to be seeded indoors, but others can be seeded directly into your garden.
Well, I'm looking at what day I'm going to plant my garden.
What else is in here?
And what I can plant together.
Companion planting chart. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Page 20 in your growing guide.
Oh, let's go over
Planting schedule.
What day you gonna plant your plants on, Jasmine?
I think I'm going to plant mine on April 1st.
Syrphid flies.
Winter gardening.
Winter gardening. Whoa, what? Powdery
Cutworm.
mildew.
So it shows all the good insects and all the bad insects. That's
Garden.
cool.
What is
Compost.
compost on page 22? I'd like to know what compost is.
Hi, I'm Tina and I will be talking to you about compost. Compost is an organic way to feed the soil. So why would you want to compost? It brings in nutrients and beneficial microbes. It also encourages healthy root structure. Say you have a really thick clayey soil, it loosens up that soil and lets water go through it. And if you have really sandy soil, it also helps thicken up your sandy soil and hold in water. So how do you make your own compost pile? You pretty much only want to use fruits and vegetables and plant waste. What we do here at Grub is after we're done cooking something in the kitchen and we don't want to throw it away, we put it in a bin. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna just slightly build a little structure and then I'm gonna add a little bit of the green stuff. You just want to make a foundation on the floor and then you want to add some green. And when you're making your pile at home, it most likely will be a lot bigger. I'm just doing a small pile so I can give you a demonstration. And our little coffee filter is compostable, so that's fine. And kind of just throw it on top of there, and now brown again. So right now would be a good time to add your soil or your manure. Grub can provide you a list of things that would be good to put into your compost pile at home. But this pile of compost is pretty much done. All that needs to be done is it needs to be sifted. As you can see, it pretty much looks like dirt. This is made up of a bunch of food and plant waste and hay and manure. There.
Hi, I'm Marquitos, and so I'm gonna teach you just basically how to harvest this spinach right here that we have growing. Just pull it at the base, just like that, you know, nothing too hard. It's pretty simple. Make sure not to take a lot of leaves from one plant, because that could hurt the plant, you know. Just make sure you're looking around for like other good leaves as you're making your bunches.
Hello, I am Piff and I'm going to be talking about how to harvest your radishes. When you're harvesting your radishes, make sure they're big and plump. This one right here, it has been eaten. When you leave your garden, make sure you cover them up like this. But the ones that are ready to harvest, like this one right here, you just gently pull it out. Whoa, I'm gonna eat it.
G-R-U-B!